Hello, Jayanam here with a new Unity tutorial. I will show you how to use VS Code as C# editor for Unity 2019. This is an older project that I converted to Unity 2019 with the standard assets and a third-person character that can be attached with a C# script to a moving platform. And here I have the C# script platform attached that I want to edit now using Visual Studio Code. So you open Edit, then the Preferences, and here you have a tab External Tools. My default editor is Visual Studio 2019 Community Edition, but when you have Visual Studio Code installed, it will be displayed now in Unity 2019 in this dropdown. And you can select it and then decide whether you want to create C# project files. And I don't do this for this project. I'm fine with having the C# files in my project folder. In VS Code you will see this later on. And be sure to check editor attaching. This causes the editor to use just-in-time compilation and execute managed code with debugging information so that we can debug in Visual Studio Code. And that's it, and now I can double-click the script and Visual Studio Code is opened and the right folder of our project is selected, and you can see the C# scripts of the current Unity project. Okay, very simple so far, right? We have C# IntelliSense and syntax highlighting, and this is because I installed an extension that you can see here under the Extensions tab. It's called C# from Microsoft, and it is powered by OmniSharp. I already made a tutorial about this. I added a link to the description below, and if you want to search for it, just type in C# in the search box. But there's more to support Unity development, and these are Unity extensions. So when you search for Unity in the search box, you can find a couple of Unity extensions, for example the debugger for Unity, which I installed. Just click Install to get this extension. The installation takes a while, and with this you will be able to debug your C# files. We will do this in a minute. Okay, there's another one called Unity Tools. I have to say I didn't test this yet, but it sounds interesting. You can execute certain commands to open the documentation or to create organizational folders. Looks pretty nice. But the next one that I like and that I definitely use is the Unity Code Snippets. Very useful extension because it's a great time saver. You will see this in a moment. Alright, so let's start with debugging. I set a breakpoint here in the method onTriggerEnter in the platform attach script, and this will be called when the player is entering the trigger of the platform. So let's see what we have to do to actually debug this. I open the Debug tab, and if you don't have a configuration added yet, just add a configuration and select Unity Debugger. And now we can go ahead and attach the Unity editor to the debugger and then switch to the Unity editor and start the game. And now when the player is entering the green platform, we should hit the breakpoint, yes. You see the game is kind of paused, and here we are in the code. And now you can step through the code by using these buttons or the shortcuts F10 or F11. And on the left side you can see your variables and the values, just a normal environment to debug your code. Also in the code you have overlays with the values for your local variables. And then you can step through it, and I set another breakpoint here in the onTriggerExit. Then I press the F5 key to continue the execution of the game. And look at this, we are hitting the breakpoint in onTriggerExit. I think because the animation of the platform has continued and the player has been fallen down from the platform. Yes, actually it is like that, but you see the debugger works pretty nice. Okay, the next extension that I would like to show is the Unity Snippets. I add a new C# file to the folder. And to create a class that is derived from a certain Unity base class, you just type in a keyword, for example mono, and select mono behavior. And a class is generated that is derived from mono behavior. Very simple, you saved a lot of time and it's fun and great. There are more keywords, for example to create editors or scriptable objects, And then a child class is created with this base class, and for the scriptable objects you can see you also have this create asset menu attribute, which lets you create a scriptable object in the editor. Okay, we also have the Unity methods. You type in, for example, update and the method is generated for you, or the onCollision enter, onTrigger enter, all the Unity methods. You just have to type in the start of these methods, and then you hit the enter key and the stub is generated for you in the code. So this is how to integrate Visual Studio Code. You ask why not using Visual Studio 2019 Community Edition, it's free. Well, perhaps you don't want to install such a huge software package. And of course it can also be a personal preference. If you find the video useful, then don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Support me as my patron if you can afford it and if you like. Thanks for watching this, and I see you in the next one.